Well, welcome back once again to Junk Shop Library's Improv Bible Study. We are going today to dive into the 21st chapter of the book of Genesis. I hope you've been enjoying our interesting little journey together so far. As you continue to, please hit the thumbs up. Genesis 21st chapter. And the Lord visited Sarah as he had said, and the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. For Sarah conceived, and bare Abraham a son in his old age, at the set time of which God had spoken to him. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as God had commanded him. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born unto him. And Sarah said, God hath made me to laugh, so that all that hear will laugh with me. And she said, Who would have said unto Abraham that Sarah should have given children suck? For I have borne him a son in his old age. And the child grew, and was weaned. And Abraham made a great feast the same day that Isaac was weaned. And Sarah saw the son of Hagar the Egyptian, which she had borne unto Abraham, mocking. Wherefore she said unto Abraham, Cast out this bondwoman and her son, for the son of this bondwoman shall not be heir with my son, even with Isaac. And the thing was very grievous in Abraham's sight because of his son. And God said unto Abraham, Let it not be grievous in thy sight because of the lad, and because of thy bondwoman. In all that Sarah hath said unto thee, hearken unto her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. And also of the son of the bondwoman will I make a nation, because he is thy seed. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and took bread and a bottle of water, and gave it unto Hagar, putting it on her shoulder, and the child, and sent her away, and she departed, and wandered in the wilderness of Beersheba. And the water was spent in the bottle, and she cast the child under one of the shrubs. And she went and sat her down over against him a good way off, as it were a bowshot. For she said, Let me not see the death of the child. And she sat over against him, and lifted up her voice, and wept. And God heard the voice of the lad, and the angel of God called to Hagar out of heaven, and said unto her, What aileth thee, Hagar? Fear not, for God hath heard the voice of the lad where he is. Arise, lift up the lad, and hold him in thine hand, for I will make him a great nation. And God opened her eyes, and she saw a well of water, and she went, and filled the bottle with water, and gave the lad drink. And God was with the lad, and he grew, and dwelt in the wilderness, and became an archer. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife out of the land of Egypt. And it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phichol, the chief captain of his host, spake unto Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest. Now therefore swear unto me here by God, that thou wilt not deal falsely with me, nor with my son, nor with my son's son. But according to the kindness which I have done unto thee, thou shalt do unto me, and to the land wherein thou hast sojourned. And Abraham said, I will swear. And Abraham reproved Abimelech because of a well of water which Abimelech's servants had violently taken away. And Abimelech said, I wot not who hath done this thing, neither didst thou tell me, neither had I heard of it, but to this day. And Abraham took sheep and oxen, and gave them unto Abimelech, and both of them made a covenant. And Abraham set 7 ewe lambs of the flock by themselves. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What mean these 7 ewe lambs, which thou hast set by themselves? And he said, For these 7 ewe lambs shalt thou take of my hand, that they may be a witness unto me that I have digged this well. Wherefore he called that place Beersheba, because they swear both of them. Thus they made a covenant at Beersheba. Then Abimelech rose up, and Phichol, the chief captain of his host, and they returned unto the land of the Philistines. And Abraham planted a grove in Beersheba, and called it there on the name of the Lord, the everlasting God. And Abraham sojourned in the Philistines' land many days. And there we have Genesis chapter 21. In which the Lord God gives Hagar, the bondwoman, eagle vision. She wanders in the wilderness, they eat the bread, they drink the water. which is all Abraham saw fit to give his concubine and son when his jealous wife convinces him to cast them out of the camp. And once they've gone through it all, she walks away so that she doesn't have to see her son die of exposure. And she sits down by a rock, and then the angel says, hey, there's a well. Just go, turn on your eagle vision. It's right over there. Just drink the water. And he grows up just fine. And then Abimelech's servants and Abraham's servants get into an argument over real estate. And Abraham goes to Abimelech and says, why did your folks take custody of my well? Abimelech says, this is the first I'm hearing of it. Literally. Says, I don't know who did this. You didn't tell me, and I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about it except for today. Nobody told me. So Abraham says, okay, have some cows, and I'm going to stick these sheep over here. Abimelech says, and you're going to stick these sheep over here because? And Abraham says, as proof that it's my well. This is a different well from Hagar's eagle vision well, by the way. And Abimelech says, okay, it's your well. And takes the sheep and the oxen he's been given in exchange for, what, water rights? And goes on his way, and Abraham plants some trees. And sojourns in the land of the Philistines many days. This is some laborious backstory, y'all. I mean, this is some Mario Puzo level stuff. Just telling long, rambling stories that will have no bearing on the later plot. Just because somebody walked into the door. Kind of wish I knew more about Phichol, the chief captain of the host of Abimelech. But I'm afraid to say that, because I'm afraid we'll get a lengthy interjection about his parentage and progeny. And of course the dumbest part of it is that because the son of Hagar, who was, born unto Hagar and Abraham because Sarah told him to knock up his servant and then got mad at her. And then the son starts mocking Sarah after she has given birth to a child in her old age. You notice when it says someone mocks someone in this book, it's very rare that you actually find out what. Is he thumbing his nose? Is he throwing rocks at her? Is he calling her bald? It's a deep cut from later on in the book, those of you who know. And Sarah goes and complains, and Abraham says, I don't really want to throw them out into the desert. And God comes to him in a dream and says, it'll be fine, throw them out into the desert. And Abraham says, okay. Abraham grates my nerves. He just does. Everything that happens in a dream, he just up and does it. Where would you be if you had just up and did the craziest thing a floating lamp told you to do in a dream? Discuss in the comments below. Alright, I think that's it from 21. We'll jump into 22 next time, which is a story I would bet money most of the people watching this already know, so we'll see if there's more weird little detours along the way. I keep finding them, and trust me when I tell you I grew up on this stuff. Still finding some weird new parenthetical every time. That's part of the fun though, isn't it? Please subscribe. Y'all take care. We'll see you again soon.